An angle there for Anderson. Little bit of damage, not enough. 1 minute left, and USG have the advantage with the match point right in front of them, ready to be taken. What can CAG do? Oh no! The Kapkan trap, the double trap, Souza's gone! And there's a player upstairs as well. Hero is waiting for his chance to shine. Ayagator can take him down. 45 seconds for CAG.
Might not be over yet. 3v3, diffuser in the hands of Anderson. Might be able to get this plant down, but there is a player inside. 2 can rotate in as well. 30 seconds to go for the attempt as the smokes are laid.
My heart is racing as no doubt every single player in the server waits in anticipation. The pressure on Cyclops' shoulders to win this championship. USG have spotted out that plant attempt, but cannot deny. Anderton, in a desperate move, tries to force the plant down! The trade! Anderton's planting still! DD has to win it in the post! It's a 2v2 with the shield still up. And Akayu upstairs, looking for that flank onto Ayagator. He needs to win this fight. DD has to land this shot. They're both here together, ready to refrag. Ayagator nails them both! Cyclops push through. They get one more round.
There were so many moments there. So many moments where it looked like it was over for Cyclops. It started out with the opening kill, it compounded with the Kapkan trap, then the swing from the Aloe was shut down out of nowhere. That round was mind-blowing. Ayagator steps up hugely. If it wasn't for him, particularly I think on that Aloe pick, that was the one that really stood out to me. If he didn't win that, not only getting the final kills as well, it was over. USG, so close, so close. But it wasn't meant to be.
CAG have broken that momentum, but really have they? They might have found one round, but USG don't seem that phased. I wonder whether that sinks in for USG. If you think too hard about what you're about to achieve, it might be a mental block standing in your way. USG can't read too much into it. The fact that that was such a close round certainly brings hope for the underdogs here. Cyclops fighting from behind in a never expected event where they lost the first round, they lost the first map, and now have match point against them in the championship. It's just unbelievable. I'm still trying to come to grips with the fact that USG may well sit on the throne.
Gotta say, I'm a little bit surprised we're not seeing a reattempt here from USG. They haven't won Bar Cocktail previously in round 8. They lost it. So there's a very real possibility, right? Cyclops win this round. That does mean, of course, Kitchen unlocks for the final defensive regulation. So USG, yes, they're still clearly, you know, at the advantage, and obviously they have match point. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But I don't think this round necessarily is going to be a given. USG will need to produce something to turn the tide. Pero again, playing in this pillar position, looking to find drones, find the early pick. And talk about early, Nitro Cell detonates from DD. I believe that was Skylight, but again, doesn't really hit the mark.
USG are waiting to make plays. They've set up so many little tricks on this defense. It's Bar, and an aggressive play. Punished, but not punished enough. Like, I mean, Pero really could have died there. That would have been so good for CAG. A drone ahead now. Pero going to be spotted. Is Black Ray going to find this kill? Pero, surely not! Once again! He was droned! He was hunted! But he refused to go down!
Nitro Cell as well, if Pero can get back towards side or even just lurk for the vert, maybe you can have an impact later in the round despite being so low. But Cyclops didn't get the opener in the last round. Oh, Pero. Cyclops, you don't let him through. You do not let him through. He's going to get the flank, but he doesn't get the shot.
No.
Ayagator was waiting. Well played, 4v4.
And the pressure mounting here as this East repel push starts to take shape. Carwow is the player to watch out for Donuts USG. Suzu's actually gotten in, and he finds one before being traded back. There's 54 seconds still on that clock. Ticking down piece by piece. Cyclops needs something. Waiting here on the repel forever ain't gonna do it. As Aegator goes in, he's so close. He needs to land this shot on the Carwow. Needs to pre-fire the angle, and he gets it. A 2v3 now for the defenders. 1-on-3 for DD, and he is shut down. Cyclops, another round. They are seriously mounting this comeback. Overtime is just 1 round away.
2-round wins on top 4 for Cyclops. They continue that trend. So we go to round 15, or round 12 rather, round 12. The last of regulation, of course.
We may well get there, mate. We may well.
Wouldn't be surprised. Kitchen cooking. You would only assume that's where USG will send us next. That's where they won round 9. They look so strong. KAG were forced to filter through the main door and mowed down in the 3vx on that last attempt. Their setup looked strong. They played it well. I don't see any reason for USG to change things up now. But it's that pressure factor, right? Things are starting to look cruisy for USG. They don't look as up and about anymore. They look a little bit more tense at the desk.
Surely not crumbling under the pressure.
Yeah,
Surely
hopefully
not.
that doesn't translate into the server, otherwise things are going to get really, really interesting.
Imagine going this far and falling. If Cyclops could put this back and push overtime and win it.
Sorry to put it. How are they already at 8 drones, like 10 seconds into the prep phase? What's going on there for Cyclops? I heard one of them. I thought I heard one of them get caught by a Mozzie. There's not even a Mozzie. So another one. They've lost 3 drones in the prep phase.
There's no Twitch as well, so it's not like that there's one drone they actually started. Yeah, I think you're right. Like, this is just a lot of really early drones. Another one about to get taken down as well in VIP. It's about to be only 6 drones left. Somehow Cyclops managed to get that drone to safety. No idea how.
Oh, another one got taken down. So 6 drones available here for Cyclops. Surely the call for USG has come out. Lads, let's roam, let's get aggressive, let's lean heavily into the Vigil, because trying to find him is going to be absolutely just painful. 6 drones available. Make it 5. Wow. Now, again, this doesn't necessarily translate, wow, USG are going to win this round, but things start to get difficult already for Cyclops.
And if there was already hesitation from Cyclops, which there was, that's surely just going to get worse now. A clash as well for DD. Going to be very difficult to unhinge. The first time we're seeing the clash may well meet the Monty for the ultimate stare down. Cyclops as well, not being able to drone out as many. They've got 2 drones left. 2 minutes left. 1 drone
really
per minute. They've got to throw everything at the wall.
It's really, really bad. You can use Anaton as an impromptu drone, but even then it's going to be limited. And this is going to stall the options out for Cyclops. They can't go for a roam clear. And USG should know that. This is going to force either reception and or bakery for Cyclops. There's no doubt about it. So USG, if they don't win this round, it's basically a throw. And that's a great start from Pero, 4v5.
Numbers advantage for USG. And they don't have to do much, like you've said. The onus is on Cyclops. A single drone remains. Anaton's still alive on that Montaigne. And how much longer, though? Carwow, first line of defense here in the closet, finds himself a rock in his path and runs straight on away. Goes for the vertical angle, though. That's a massive impact grenade. Gatorada soaks up all that damage.
Huge chunk, huge chunk. Gatorada with still 1 grenade that he wants to try and expend in this round. Only going 60 seconds, and now the clash comes into play. Clash v Monty, the engagement surely won here by DD. He can just play prep, fall back. Minute now left. Cyclops are in an awful position right now. Somebody somewhere needs to find an opening. Gatorada, can he work hard breach? Probably not at this point in time. Anaton just needs to solo send it and hope his teammates back him up.
They need to take down this clash. Priority number 1, public enemy number 1. But Rento's on side as well with plenty of cover to hide behind. As Anaton tries to deal with this clash, it's the ultimate battle of the shields. And the Monty tries to do it, but can't land these shots. Surely Rento is nearby to support. Suzu comes in, tries to take out this clash, but there's 20 seconds left. And Cyclops may be at the end of their rope. They're doing everything they can, but Akayu gets a C4 kill. Aniton's about to go down! Donuts USG have got it within their grasp! From Japan Open to the RJC, rookies steal the Emperor's crown! Donuts USG are your Japan champions!
In one of the most remarkable storylines to grace Japanese Siege, USG have done the improbable, some may say the impossible, to get that one over the line. You can see the emotions pouring out. That is a match. That is a series they will never, never forget.
For years, Cyclops has been sitting on that throne, the undisputed number one in Japan. Yeah, my words exactly.
What have we just witnessed, man? Holy cow.
From
I'm trying not to swear right now. Oh my god.
From this morning playing in the semi-finals against Gyogun, USG, they have unbelievably come through that, taken down Cyclops. We thought maybe this would be the tournament for someone to take down Cyclops' championship, to get some revenge against the team that has dominated Japan for such a long time, and we thought it was going to be Guts. We thought maybe it could be Zepto. No one ever thought that USG could do it, and here they are.
Yeah, I 100%. I was one of their harshest critics. I thought when I saw this afternoon, and I referenced this so many times, I was like, wow, if they play this against Cyclops, I think they're going to be in a bit of trouble. But they made it work. They made it work, and that is just such a good shot sign of confidence translating in towards a game plan being able to be executable. And Cyclops, they were just left red-faced. That was such an incredible performance, and it's so difficult to keep remembering and keep reminding ourselves. USG are an open team. There were hundreds of other teams that could have been in this exact same position that they found themselves in, which is just absolutely remarkable. Cyclops, they don't lose best of threes in Japan. That is the storyline. That is what we've been running with. That's what everyone's been telling us. That's what the Japanese cast has been telling us. That's what everyone's been beaming down on us. It's been broken though. The curse has been broken, and I guess the flood banks are open as well, right? I mean, it just shows the depth of competition here in Japan, and USG. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just unbelievable, really.
Yeah. I can't even believe that they have managed to pull it off, but they have. USG, Japan Open team, coming into the bracket, and they just astonished everyone with what they have been able to achieve today against the reigning champions, no longer reigning, it seems. Cyclops have had their fair share of trials and tribulations. Stage 3, they bottomed out. In Stage 2, Cyclops were the number one team in all of APAC North, not just Japan, but Korea as well. And after not making the major, they set their sights on becoming the RJC champions for a second year in a row. They came through the bracket, a 2-0 over fellow Japan League team, Reject, a 2-0 over EVE as well, a 2-1 over Zepto, and into the final, unbelievably, it is Donuts USG, who had a 2-1 in their quarterfinal match against Bluebees. They have come through and taken the championship.
Remarkable, just genuinely remarkable. And yeah, I'm just looking a little bit at the stats for the matchup. Akayu in that last map, 15-5, he went absolutely insane. At 92% cost as well, +4 on the entry, so the man was going nuts. He might have the most challenging name to read and remember, because it's nothing like his in-game name, but his performance was memorable, so we can definitely not forget that. And it wasn't just individual efforts. I think the way I would describe it, it was almost the culmination of a lot of individual efforts that built into something greater. It wasn't like an EU or NA sort of play style where everyone's chipping in and doing a little bit every single round. It was almost like one person stepped up each round and either found like this sneak entry or hit a multi-kill or whatever the case was. And I didn't think it was going to be viable. I didn't think it was going to be consistent enough against Cyclops. I thought the switchers going to be flicked, and Cyclops, with all that experience against teams of a similar nature, would switch on and find, you know, a plan that USG couldn't overcome, but that just wasn't the case. I think Cyclops were frazzled. USG played into that, and it only exemplified. I thought Cyclops crumbled more as the series went on, whereas I thought it was going to be the opposite. So again, a testament to their playstyle and the way they conducted themselves in that series.
And to think that this match started off with 3-0 for Cyclops on Chalet, and we're thinking, oh, it's going to be a very quick 2-0, isn't it? This is going to be a nice, easy one. Cyclops just takes the dub, takes the 8 million yen, and goes home. And we were in for a treat after that. There they are. The throne of Japan has been toppled, and they stand humbly thankful to everyone who has watched them, but no doubt a very emotional moment for CAG. They're going to have a few words now on the Japan stage in Japanese, of course. Very much glum faces, but they are holding it together. This would be a very emotional moment for this team, knowing everything that they have gone through in the past few months.
And again, just to, I guess, reflect upon that, the end of stage 3 for Cyclops, quite devastating. They're not going to Sweden for the major. Correct me if I'm wrong, but SI as well, 2 points is also not on the agenda.
Oh yeah, Elevate made it and CAG didn't. Yeah. Wow.
I guess now they really need
That's
to
crazy.
collect themselves for the SI Open Qual. That's going to be their next big scalp to try and get, but we know how deep the competition is already, not only in Japan, but the whole of APAC, right? You've got Korea, Southeast Asia, OS, of course, so, and South Asia as well. So there's going to be a lot of targets on Cyclops' back, particularly when they've shown this weakness in the back end of the year.
Yeah, a lot to think about here. Very, very tough game for Cyclops. A tough period of time as we see A-Gator saying a few words into the mic. It's crazy to think, you know, you remember that Mexico major, right? Cyclops took down Team 1 and then ended up with a dead stalemate on points, tied. We had to go to a tiebreaker match between CAG and Team 1, which CAG just did not win. Team 1, of course, after that group stage tiebreaker, went on to win the entire major championship. Cyclops were this close to knocking out eventual major champions from a tournament. And 3 months later, wow, what a painful 3 months it has been.
Yeah, obviously our hearts go out to Cyclops, the team that is in attendance, hybrid as well. No doubt he's been watching from home as well. And it's going to be challenging for them, but again, they can pick themselves up, prepare themselves for the SI quals and APAC North going forward. So a lot to look forward to, and heading into the Japan Championship next year, they'll be one of the teams trying to fight back for their, I guess, top spot. So yeah, it must be so. It's obviously devastating to lose any match, any final, but I think the fashion in which they lost it and the, I guess, quote-unquote caliber, or at least experience of the opponent that they lost to, I think it would probably hurt even more.
If this was Guts standing on the other side of the stage, having just taken down CAG, I'm sure that Cyclops would feel very differently. They would think, look, Guts have been grinding for a long time, and this was their moment. We just unfortunately weren't good enough. But to think that it's some Japan Open team, USG, that struggled to get here through the bracket, I think it's them that has taken down CAG. That'd be just another level. That would be so tough, such a difficult pill to swallow. But CAG, as we can all agree, right? Heroes are not defined by their wins and losses. They're defined by bouncing back. Cyclops have the 6 invitational qualifiers coming up before February. They have APAC North in 2022 already booked in, as well as, of course, the Japan League. And of course, at the end of next year, the Japan Championship, where they will hope to take that crown back. We won't define them by losing today. We'll define them by their efforts to try and get back to where they were.
believe that will conclude the interview with Cyclops, a dejected Cyclops at that, and yeah, that was kind of the trend for that matchup. Cyclops, I mean, much like most teams, like almost every team on lane, get pretty animated when they win and they're up and about and they're excited, but we didn't see a whole lot of that today, and probably rightly so, because for the most part, USG were dictating the terms of that matchup in a fashion that I'm sure they probably deep down weren't really anticipating. For the most part, I wasn't, at least not to that extent, and yeah, it's definitely a feels bad moment, I guess, for Cyclops, but yeah. So at the end of the day, someone has to lose, right? That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
I just didn't think it would be Cyclops.
I don't think many people
I
thought it was
expected
going to be
someone would
Cyclops.
lose. I did not expect it would be them.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just remarkable. I genuinely can't think of too many regions or too many leagues where this sort of storyline could happen, right? Like, for an open call team, out of, again, hundreds that could have been in the same position to take down Cyclops, who have had such a dynasty on the region and also shown really good promise regionally and even internationally, is just ridiculous. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be tracking USG going into the future, right? They have Japan League to look forward to maybe one day.
Do they though? They have to play relegations to even get in. Isn't that crazy?
Japan League relegations, I should preface that.
Isn't that ridiculous?
I'll be watching that. I'll definitely be watching that to see if they make it through.
Absolutely. I mean, they're going to be seeding into the quarterfinals, facing Team North Eption in the opening of that double elimination bracket. I think there's definitely, I think everyone would agree that USG have a fantastic shot at making it into the Japan League. There is some pretty fierce competition. You've got teams like Zepto, Yogun, Blue Bees, EverE, Crest, that are all going to be fighting for that spot as well, not to mention, you know, Team North Eption, who was playing in Japan League already. So there's a lot to look forward to for USG. What a long road ahead. This is only the first step in their journey. Crazy to think that the first step is such a big leap, but their journey does not end here. This is only the first moment. I'm sure that they have very high ambitions for next year.
It can only go down from here. No, just joking, of course. They'll be able to grow, and much like Cyclops, right? They'll obviously, I can only assume, enter the open calls for 6th Invitational. Maybe they can make a miracle run. Wouldn't that be remarkable to be able to pull that off? Again, not sure again how compatible their playstyle might be against some of the other regions, but I also said the same against Cyclops, so I'm not going to say that again. That's that's off limits for me right now, as I still try and digest how USG got that over the line. But yeah, that future is looking very bright for them. Where it leads them, who knows? Maybe one day we'll see them battling it out in APAC North, and that would be great to look back in a couple of years at this moment and say, wow, it really did start here.
Yeah, it's anything is possible for them. I feel like the world is their oyster, and if there's anything I've learned from watching this Japan Championship over the week is there is so much depth. There are so many teams in Japan League, and not even Japan League, in Japan Open, in Japan Open qualifiers, that I'd be pretty scared of. You said, you know, is it Halloween because CAG have got you scared? I didn't end up getting to use that. Maybe that would have been a good final call if CAG had won it. But look, USG have certainly got Cyclops scared, and I think that the entire of the Japan region is looking at them and thinking, wow, that could have been us. Could have been us up there. And it could have been. It could have been Zepto. It could have been Blue Bees. It could have been Gogun. That's how close this competition is.
Yeah, and, I mean, I think Japan just as a region, and this program in particular, just has so much potential. It's probably not going to be the first time we see a story. It's not, pardon me, it's probably not going to be the last time we see a storyline like this as we see USG enter the arena. Smiles all around. And I'm sure they'll be very much looking forward to lifting that trophy.
I'm sure that USG did not expect coming into this tournament that they would end up standing at the main stage of Tokyo Big Sight. Right next to that massive trophy.
さあ、ここからはですね、僕と岡山さんで、ドーナツ USG のメンバーの皆様にコメントをいただきたいと思っております。それではまず優勝した今のお気持ちを聞かせていただければと思います。代表者の方、どなたかお願いします。
今回 CAG と戦って CAG は RGL では無敗だったのでとても怖かったです
For our
けど、
Japanese viewers, I'm sure that you could appreciate the words that are being spoken, but of course we do have the Japanese stream.
続きまして、
You're on the English stream. I think, guys, we can just appreciate
初優勝となるか
the
と思いま
calmness
す。
that they're exuding right now. Kind of crazy to think. I certainly would not be that calm if I was in their shoes.
聞きましょうか。
Like, I struggle to win ranked games, so I don't really know what the feeling's like. I don't really know what a lane is like either. So.
We got some live translations from our production team saying, I was so afraid because CAG never lose in Japan, but I'm very glad that I won. That does not surprise me whatsoever.
いや嬉しいですとりあえず。
It really does hammer home the fact that Cyclops have been such a dominating force. They never lose in Japan.
まだ実感が全然わからなくて、
Ever since they took that crown, they haven't let go of it. And now, as we've got more translations from our production team, the USG players are simply saying they don't know what to say. They're so happy they can't even believe it.
嬉しいです。
そうですね。ちょっと今まだね感情の高ぶりを抑えられないと思いますので、本当におめでとうございます。おめでとうございます。
Wow.
改めてすみません。じゃあお願いします。はい。
今回僕は全然キルができてないんですけど、チームまとまって連携して本当に勝つことができてよかったと思います。皆さん応援ありがとうございました。
A well-deserved ovation for these players as they thank everyone.
いや試合前のインタビューですごい煽ってたんですけど、ボコボコにするとか言って、
はい、
正直 0-2 とかでボコボコにされて負けるんじゃないかなと思いながら、まあ、その今日を迎えたんですけど、本当に最後カフェ63でマッチポイントあと1点取れれば勝ってたところを、チーシバがオープニングキル取ってくれたにもかかわらず、結構自分のミスで長引かせてしまい本当申し訳ない気持ちでいっぱいだったんですけど、
はい、
いやでも本当このチームで良かったなって思います。ありがとうございました。
おめでとうございます。
That is Donuts USG.
ではですね、ちょっと今のそうですね、
Motion's running high right
言葉
now.
を聞いてまず伺ってみたいんですけども、グランドファイナル、CAG 戦というところで試合前ではチームの中でどのようなお話をされていたかというところですね。意気込みだったりとか、もしくは具体的な対策などがあったらば、ぜひそれを聞いてみたいなと思いますが、代表者の方どなたかお答えいただけますか。
A lot of humility from these players as well as they thank their teammates and saying that it was each other that led them to the win.
ひよんなと、お前ら打ち合い負けんじゃねえぞと。
And for some players, it's a smile they can't wipe off their face. For some, it's a tear that they're struggling to wipe from their
な
eyes.
るほど、もう気持ちで負けないで積極的に勝負していこうというところを合わせて、あとは普段通りの練習のパフォーマンスを出していこうという感じですかね。
And the interviewer asking if they had any specific strategies that they were going to take into the game against
この
Cyclops.
後、今優勝して嬉しいと思います。この後、RGL の昇格戦という部分が待ち構えていますけれども、昇格戦今度は追われる立場になると思いますけれども、今
And
の昇格戦
USG
に対する
said
意気
that
込
we
み、
told ourselves not to be
優
afraid,
勝したので
never
ね、
to be
全チーム
afraid.
対策してくると思いますから、どうな
There
って
is absolutely no doubt that is
そういうところ
exactly
に
what we
対し
saw
て
in the
今の意
server.
気
A
込みもし
team
あればお
with
答えいた
no
だける
fear.
と。
I can vouch that. They probably played the most fearless siege I have legitimately ever witnessed in my life. And that's
多分他の
3
チー
years
ム
of
は
casting this game.
の
I've
ことを
never seen a team this fearless
警戒し
ever.
てやってくると思うんですけど、
No risk is too great when the reward at the end is the title of Japan
入れ替え戦に
Championship
臨みたいと思い
and
ます。
8 million yen.
わかりました。期待してます。続いてですね、
So the interviewer asked, now that you have become the target, what do you think that you're going to do to keep your throne?
印象的だった試合につ
And as we know,
いて
Cyclops
お答えいただきたいな
struggled to
と思い
defend
ます。これ
theirs
も
a
代表者
year
どな
on.
たかにお答えいただけますか。
特に最後ですね、カフェの、
はい
6-3ですかね。
USG say that they will
ちょっ
focus
と取られて
next on the
焦ってる
Japan
んで
League
最後の
relegation
6-5です
tournament.
かね。
They
本
earned
当に
their spot
取
through
れ
the
たとこが
Japan
印象
Open
的ですね、最後が一番。
and are hoping
なんといってもグランド
to
ファイナ
make
ル
it
シリー
to
ズ戦
that oh so
最終盤
prestigious Japan
Right.
League
はいわかりましたあり
in
がとうございます
2022. As we've said time and time again, guys, this Japan Championship is the culmination of a year, but there is a
そしたら
full year with 32 million yen on the line. That's 280,000
まあ今
USD.
後昇格戦とかもある
Plus
と思いますし、
another
昇格戦勝てば来年
20
RJ と
million
もあると思い
yen
ます
in
け
team
ど、
allowances. That's
今後の昇格戦以
180,000
外も踏まえて
USD
今後のシーズンの
allocated.
目標を
to helping
一
keep
つ
these
お
teams
答え
in
い
the
ただきたいんです
competition.
けれども、どなたか代表者の方。
That is the dream for USG to be able to play
インビ優勝で
professionally.
す。
おお、
素晴らしい期待してます
And they say that they will be prepared
では
and continue to win
ファンの皆さん
in
に
the Japan
一言
League and
メ
the
ッセー
Japan
ジをお願い
Championship.
してよろ
Their
しいでしょ
goals
う
for
か
the future to win the sixth
皆
invitational.
さん夜遅くまで応援ありがとうござい
Very
ました。
ambitious, but who knows, guys? Who knows?
Oh,
The sky is the limit.
You may as well set the bar high. I don't think they probably expected to win this, if we're being honest, so who knows.
No fear, never
それでは見事
afraid.
優
That
勝
is
した
their mantra,
ドーナツ
and one
USG
that
の
can
皆
take
さ
you
ん
very far.
改めて本当におめでとうございます
ありがとうございます。
Arigato gozaimasu to Donuts USG. What a show they have provided us. A story that we never expected, guys, for an open league team to topple the reigning Japan champions. Cyclops have stepped aside to make way for a new team to raise the trophy. Only under that USG banner for a month and a half. Now donning the jerseys up on the stage. And they raise the trophy. Rainbow Six Japan League champions, Donuts USG. Never even competing in the Japan League. There they are.
新進気鋭の超新星たちが RJC 悲願の初優勝を達成。しかしここからがスタートライン。世界の頂を手にするまでは終わらない。改めて大きな拍手をお願いします。
Standing ovation from Frida and Okayama on the desk. A roster that we will not be forgetting anytime soon. Kawo, Pero, Didi, Renzo, and Akayu. Names which we didn't know before the Japan Championship, which many people would not have known, and now they stand there amidst the confetti. Unbelievable. What a trip to Tokyo this has been for them.
It's definitely one they won't forget, that's for sure. A title they can hold for a full year. And I'm sure their bank account's going to be looking pretty damn good at the end of this as well. A lot to look forward to for this roster. A lot to look forward to in Japanese Siege as well. I think they picked the perfect opportunity to finally broadcast this in English. One of the craziest storylines we've probably ever seen.
勢いそのままに連覇なるか。サイクロプスアスリートゲーミング。
Now let's look at some highlights of the matches this weekend.
RJL で無敗の王者に土をつけることはできるのか。リジェクター。
ファイナルラウンド第1試合サイクロプスアスリートゲーミング VS リジェクト。初日1試合目を勝利で飾るのはどちらのチームか注目です。グッドラックハウファン。
グッドラックハブファン。
ブルーシートとこの後方階段の進行を食い止めなければいけませんが、さあ本大会初のファーストブラッドを獲得したのは CAG、 そしてブラックレイです。いやここはブラックレイあえて見逃しました。さあこれで決定だとなりました。 結果リジェクト、ここで倒れます。1マップ目オレゴン同様7対3でサイクロプスアスリートゲーミングが勝利を決めました。グッドゲーム GG。
前年度は惜しくも3位、今年は悲願の初優勝なるか。ガッツゲーミング、今大会優勝候補の一角ガッツゲーミングの牙城を崩せるのか。クエストゲーミング LST。
さあそしてユラが抑えてクレアを勝った。しかしお米衆ユラに対してカバを入れて 3v2。さあ無理を通さないといけない。さあウイスキーが無理を通すかライトを落とす。さあ最後はお米衆も続いて選別。まさかの LST ラウンドダッシュに成功。
ただクレストがどっかでワンピック取るから。
ユラ何が見えたんでしょうか。
ラビット入ってるぞ。
さあここでラビットが落とされた。クラウド最後はこの男が決めました。最終的にはマップスコア 2-0 でガッツゲーミングの勝利となりました。グッドゲーム GG。
グッドゲーム GG。
RJL では惜しくも第2位。この X モーメントレインボーシックスジャパンチャンピオンシップ2021で悲願の初優勝なるか。戦国ゲーミング、復活を遂げた古豪戦国ゲーミングにどう挑むのか。ブルービー
さあネルフォアニックスがレイチェルをカット。さあ 2v5 数的エリアブルービーズラムゆっくりと入り込んでいく。おっとトリプルキル。残ったのはイズロのみ。ディフューザーを拾い直して最後はアイキャン。お前ら強すぎ。うまいですね、うまく刺さりました。そしてイズロトリプルキル。
イズロが
最後もイズロ。この第1ラウンド勢いが止まりません。レイチェル投げも入れて前詰めていくか。目の前が見えない。ボルガがニトロテでダブルキル。残ったのはラムのみ。中入っていってこの車線最後はカプカン。まさかの EDD。 第3マップブルービーズ勝利を勝ち取りました。グッドゲーム GG。 グッドゲーム GG。
レインボーシックスジャパンチャンピオンシップ2020準優勝。昨年の雪辱を果たすことはできるのか。パブゲーミング、結成わずか半年で彗星のごとく現れ初優勝なるか。オルトロスグリッド
ナンバー2で押し込んでいるんですがエレベーターにも1人いるぞ。おっとここでチョキとシュルが同時に忍者。なんとかマオが粘りましたが 2v3 タッポン。さあここでプラントに入っているが 1v1 です。再び解除に入ります。残り15秒。
解除。
さあここでマオ
取るのか。
さあ来ました相当の狼オルトロス。5連続でラウンドを取りました。さあフラグを入れて突っ込んでいきます。
抜いた。
抜いた。それを抜くのか。ここで見た。シンがダブルキル。チョピを落とします。カバーラインが入りますがシンなんとか耐えて 5-3。さあシンがトリプルキル。アスラを落として 5-2。さあただなだれ込んでいく。ここでプラントに入ります。
ロックが完成してる。
タイコンが V ボート。そしてシルを落としてハブが2ラウンド連続でゲットしました。いやーナンバー2ダブルキル。さあこれで 5v3 マッチポイントを取っているファブゲーミングが有利に立っています。さあここですげえ。それは無理よ。残っているのは V ボートなんですがプラントは成立するでしょう。最後はナンバー2。あなたがナンバー1です。マップスコア2対1でファブゲーミング勝利となりました。グッドゲーム GG。 グッドゲーム GG。
この時を待っていた。昨年のリベンジを果たすべく俺たちはここに帰ってきた。エヴァ
サイクロプスアスリートゲーミング VS エヴァイー。ベスト4に最初に名乗りを上げるのは果たしてどちらのチームか。グッドラックハブファン。
グッドラックハブファン。
まだ軍配上がらず。しかし X インジャーから落とされてしまった。ブラックレーンに軍配。
うわマジか。マジかよ。マジかよ。
CAG。 いやここはガトラダの踏ん張りでしょう。
カンデラ焚いたタイミングで一気にエントリーです。
いったレイラ突っ込んでいく。しかしブラックレイガトラだと1枚ずつカット。さらにはアニくんが X を落として5-2決まらなかった決まらなかった CAG パーフェクトラウンド。
マジでか。またしても時間がなくなりそうな展開。
ブラックレイそこ外さない。しかし
サポートが多すぎる。
涼しいがこれを落としブラックレイが X をカット。残るはシフティのみ。なんとか涼しい返していくんですがダブルキルシフティ。最後はガトラだ。セカンダリでのフィニッシュ。ファイナルラウンドの Day2 クォーターファイナルを制したのはサイクロプスアスリートゲーミングです。グッドゲーム
グッドゲーム。
結成わずか1年にして実力は折り紙付き。プロを差し置いて下克上を巻き起こせるか。ゼプタ
いや柱俺も取った。
さあリリーが落とされてしまった。どうか 5-3 人数有利ゼプト。さらにはライトも落としていきました。ユラメリウスというツーマンで守ることは難しいか。残ったのはメリウスのみ。ここも
うわー強い。
パーフェクトで取ってみせました。
いやロジックボムなってるので近くにいるの分かってるわ。
レックちゃん完璧なタイミング。メリウスはここ固くロックですがワッシュルがリリー抜いた。たまらずメリウス動くがそれをレックちゃんが見ている。
待ち構えてる。いやまたパーフェクトラウンドあるぞ。
怖すぎるよこのチーム。さあラウンド8獲得は Z。 ピクドンピドンピ。そしてこの位置クラウドワッシュに抜いて太陽がクラウド。さらには太陽ダブルでメリウスまで落としていった。この打ち合いを制して太陽トリプルキル。
冷凍取り切った。
そしてレックちゃんがライトを落とした。残ったのはリリーのみ。残ったのはリリーのみ。この打ち合い制したのはレックちゃん。
俺は今決して替えの利かない存在。
見事な大金星取り切ったのはゼプト。グッドゲー
ム。いや本当にグッドゲーム。
セミファイナル白ブロックを1位通過した卓上の魔術師。ダークホースも打ち砕くことができるのか。ドーナツ UFG。
そして DD 天文階段上がってきた。後ろからの車線ネルファリクス。そしてオカユがポールンガを倒していますね。さあイズロ1人取り残されました。リテイクに全てをかける 1v2 の状況でドーナツ USG ディフューザー設置を敢行していますオカユ。さあ天文前記念品質の車線で DD がイズロの上がりを抑えていたんですがフラググレネードをかいくぐってまさかの DD に対してキルを成功。さあオカユディフューザー設置を敢行していますが見えてる。イズロまさかのクラッチ 1v3 です。
またしてもイズロ劇場。さあこれ裏を見れているのか。ただ今回ノマドがいますからね。いやいや入らずフルン僕今味方だと思っちゃいました。さあそしてイズロもカット成功。 DD が落ちます。 5-3 一気に押し寄せてくるのはブルービーズ。キープはしていますが押し寄せてくるブルービーズの波。さあじりじりと下がっていきます。ここでレントが落ちる。ネルワリックさんカット成功。しかしカーサーはここでイズロカットして大窓を抑えます。さあ 4v2 です。さあカーサー前に出て抑えた。さあちゃんをカット。そしてルレントカットしてトリプルキル。しかしカバーをネルワリックスが入れて 2v1。さあ階段側赤ピンがついているのでプレッシャーはかけられません。前に出たオカユ。さあ 1v1 ですがここで弾幕を張っていくオカユ。オカユが張っていってオカユクラッチが出ました。オカユがレントがここでサヨちゃんをカット。16キル到達しましたが
ガイが今日削れてる取った
さあそしてネルワリックスをした。
いやどうだこれ
1v1 です。プラントをそのままオカユ強行しました。さあ沈黙の一瞬。いやー取ったオカユ。ドーナツ USG の勝利となります。グッドゲーム GG。
俺たちは乱れない。俺たちはブレない。一糸乱れる攻防で獲物を食らい尽くせるか魚群。
弾炉は取られることがありません。ルーゲーター弾炉を死守する。ですがベーカリーからの進行部隊が止まりません。さあいればディフューザー設置を敢行。これは止まらない。 入れ歯ディフューザー設置を通した。どうやらイースト側から取り返そうという算段。そこに待ち構えるのがランボ。さあランボは潰した。しかし時間がありません。ディフューザー解除に必要な時間は7秒。残り13秒でファブゲーミング試合を組み立てなければいけませんが、順調に削っていく。さあ解除しなければ間に合わない。おいおっちゃん、解除を食い止められるか。食い止められない。いや食い止めた。
落としてたんだ今。
倒した相手は解除をしていたプレイヤー。さあこれで2マップ目カフェラウンド9、7対2で快勝です。強軍グッドハーフ。さあおっと早いかもしれません。さあこれは娯楽の窓に詰めてきたが人力マットがいる。おいおっちゃん、いやーここで詰めた。
さあここはやはり捕まってしまう。ケリーからルーゲートカット 2V5 与えましたがキルには至らず。さあここで来たランボー、マッチポイントですね。1対6、大差をつけてのマッチポイントです。さあこれで気づいたでしょう。ここはしっかりと打ち勝っていきます。さあランボーが忍者、その間に入れ歯も前線は押し上げていますが、入れ歯がランボーを落としてしまった、
カバーつなげようと思ったんですけど、でもここで結果芯を落としてるので、
さあしかしちらっと見えたところルーゲーター対入れ歯、
落とした。アポロどこいるんだこれ。
さあこれで 1v1 プラント入れているぞ。
ちょっと寄ってなかったんですね。
最後は入れ歯、全てファイトで決着しました。ビッグ4の一角ファブゲーミングをラウンドスコア2対1で下しました。グッドゲーム GG。
サイクロプスアスリートゲーミング VS ゼプト、ベスト4に勝ち進むのはどちらのチームになるでしょうか。グッドラックハブファン。
グッドラックハブファン。
さあアニツンはその2階テラスに対してピークしているんですが、そんなことをしていると上に詰めてくるとわっしょい。位置が分かっていた、一番ピンが立っていたのでアニツンを落として5対3、人数有利。さらにはこのラウンドを取ればマッチポイント。さあブラックレイどこにいるでしょうか。同じポジション、
入り直しは大きいですね。これ
線が見えました。飛び出し、いやここ打ち込みがあったので、さらにはショップから詰めているぞ。後ろからこんにちは。
銃声をしっかり鳴らしたラペニング。
はい、太陽さんこんにちは。ブラックレイを落としてピラールームが
ここも勝つ。ルアーここは1マップ取るためにも。
ブラックレイ見られてる。
見てる。
ピョンよく見ている。冷静だ。ゼプトが設置に対して着々と準備を進めています。
これエコードローありますからね。時間がないですよ。
上がってきた。ただ上がってきたところは、いやー降りたのはワッショイ。太陽が来た。ただレクチャーのカバー、
これ上が取られてますよ。
まずはカバーラインから潰す動きになるでしょうか。取ったインジャー、そのまま落とした。
涼しい
SMG 激しい戦いとはなりましたが、7対4勝利したのはサイクロプスアスリートゲーミングとなりました。グッドゲーム GG。
グッドゲーム GG。 いきましょう。 X モーメントレインボー6ジャパンチャンピオンシップ2021セミファイナル第2試合です。ドーナツ USG 対魚群。さあ見ていきましょう。まずはオレゴンからグッドラックハブファン。
グッドラックハブファン。
さあランボーが持っている銃の弾数は少ない。さあ CAG のスリンが力をくれるか。いや挟まれた。ペロ素晴らしい立ち回り。スイリアゲートも何のそのポイントに踏み込んでいきます。さあこれを入れば落とすことができればという状況ですが、いや落とせる。しかしプラント戦術 1v2 です。さあ解除入れ歯が入っている。さあ降りることを選択したレント、音を鳴らしましたがそこにいや落としたレント。なんと USG 再逆転ラウンドダッシュ。さあ最後はペロリと2人持っていった。ペロがしっかりとシガーラウンジから寄せてきましたね。
ペロリと言ったわけですね。
はい、ペロリといきました。
はい、コメントはハテナで埋まってるでしょう。
ありがとうございます。
はい、昨日の僕の太陽33も見返したらハテナで埋まってました。
ありがとうございます。
はい。
ただバレています。バレています。
このキドロンがファイナルラウンド非常に強い。
なんだそれは。それは無理だろう。やっちゃいけないやつだろうペロ。さあここでスモークグレネード投げて持っていきたかったんですが最後もペロ。 この男が決めました。さあこれで CAG がまずグランドファイナルに駒を進めたのはドーナツ USG となります。グッドゲーム GG。
その強さもはや RJL 級。正面からの真っ向勝負なら受けて立つ Z。 勝利に飢えた魚の勢いは止められない。全てを食らい尽くせ行軍。
さあニューウェーブを巻き起こした両チーム、3位を獲得するのはどちらなのか見ていきましょう。グッドラックハブファン。
グッドラックハブファン。さあレクちゃん、おっと相手のドライピーク。さあここでノエが倒れます。そしてライブドローンが入りました。拠点の中のドローンは壊せるか。レクちゃん止まらない。さあおいおっちゃんも倒した。そして頂上前のケリーも倒す。そしてライブドローンが入りました。拠点の中のドローンは壊せるか。レクちゃん止まらない。さあおいおっちゃんも倒した。そして頂上前のケリーも倒す。トリプルキル。さあ残り体力マックスでレクちゃん前詰めてきましたが、ラストはルア。レクちゃん入れ歯とランボーを倒しラウンド11勝利。
レクちゃんクワッドキル。さあこれでアクアリウムにエントリーすることができて、あれ入れ歯プラント入ってるぞ。これ気づけているのか。さあここでニトロゼル取ってきたが大きく奥に投げ込んでしまった。さあ太陽がランボー落としますが、おいおっちゃんがワッシュをカット 3B4 プラントは成立します。さあホーラームテイフに対して太陽が打ち抜いていくが、入れ歯が角待ち、入れ歯が角待ち。しかしルアーがやり返してワンブッツ。状況は攻撃側が有利。さあルアーが慌てて戻り角待ちしていたところやりきれない。最後は入れ歯伏せていたのが功を奏しました。
しかしランボー伏せていた。さあワッショイを倒しますがレクちゃんのカバーが刺さりランボーは倒れます。そして太陽は多いおっちゃんを捉えました。サンライズ階段に対して車線を敷いていた様子。さあディフューザー設置、ルアーが確保していますが設置のカバーラインが潰れた。しかし変化に対してのリテイクはうまく食い止めています。変化がすぐに止まっているおっと入れ歯がルアーカット。しかし前詰めた太陽そのままいったケリー入れ歯どちらもカット成功。
さあしかしここでルアーがランボーカット。そしてノエが落ちてしまった。
なるほど。
いやー逆ラペ。しかしおいおっちゃんが返してフォーブイツ。
このロックだったのか。
さあスタンを入れてワッショイロビー側を抑えに行きます。プラント当然ながら入ります。さあインパクトグレネードまずは投げてインジャに持っていけるか。持っていけない。最後は太陽。さあこのチャンピオンシップ盛り上げてくれた両チームの激闘に終止符が打たれました。マップスコア2対0。最終的に3位決定戦制したのはゼプトとなりました。グッドゲーム GG。
RJC2020 から無敗のまま勝ち続ける常勝軍団。大会史上初の連覇まであと1つ。サイクロプスアスリートゲーミング。世代交代の主役は俺たちだ。大舞台でのジャイアントキリングを見逃すな。この名を忘れるな。俺たちの名はドーナツ USG。
ファイナルラウンドです。グランドファイナル全チームのチャンピオンに立つのはサイクロプスアスリートゲーミングとドーナツ USG。 どちらのチームになるのか見ていきましょう。グッドラックハブファン。
グッドラックハブファン。
残り時間1分10秒です。さあここで危ない。さあ DD フラグを差し込みましたが、
いやこれ
突き上げは入った。さあ DD2 個目のフラグでスーシーを飛ばすことに成功。アニツンスーシーの犠牲を払ったので取り返しに行きましたが DD ここでアニツンをねじ伏せる。さあディフューザー設置を敢行しているぞ。オカユがディフューザー設置を行っている。 CAG そこに対して止めることはできませんでした。ディフューザーに対してはオフィスバルコニー外から2枚の車線、そして中間階から1枚の車線を敷いています。ブラックレイニアにいるところは気づいたんですがクレイモア クレイモアです。さあアヤゲーター残り体力わずかの状況。レントディフューザー会長を行っているアヤゲーターに対して囲い込み DD がアヤゲーター仕留めます。さあまずは第1マップ3走目の試合ドーナツ USG ピックマップ7対4でサイクロプスアスリートゲーミングを下しました。グッドハーフおいカワウソ腰ダメで頭抜きました。食料庫側からオカユがフラグを構えます。さあペロ
逆サイドから
アニツのカットアニツのカットさあ入り込んでいます記念室との打ち合い。しかしカトラダがそこを抑える。さあ残ったのはたった一人オカユのみ。サイクロプスアスリートゲーミング見事ラウンド12守りきりました。第3マップに突入です。第2マップビラでの試合は7対5でサイクロプスアスリートゲーミング勝利。グッドハーフベーカリーを潰すかのような車線の引き方をして始めましたが、ペロが待ち構える。そしてそこに対してもカバーで寄ってきたのはレント。さあペロガトラダをカット。さあ寄っていきますしかしここで裏を取られている。さあ DD がアヤゲーターニツを倒しラストはオカユ。さあ涼しいをカットしてこれで
マッチポイント。
ドーナツ USG マッチポイント。しかしそうい立ちはだかっているのはドエディなんということだ。ペロブラックレイのエントリーに対してこれ割れていない。ベーカリーが割れていません。さあドーナツ USG 残り時間15秒耐えれば勝利。さあ押し込んできた CAG ですがオカユがニトロセルでカット成功。しかしカトラダオカユをカットしています。さあその押し込んだディフューザー持ちのアリスが落ちています。さあラウンド4ラウンド2のタイム。さあ X モーメントレインボー6ジャパンチャンピオンシップ2021全チームの頂点に立ったのはドーナツ USG だ。グッドゲーム GG。
X モーメントレインボー6ジャパンチャンピオンシップ2021優勝はドーナツ USG!
It is something else listening to the passion and the excitement of the Japanese commentators Okayama and Frida as they put their voices to those moments, the upsets, the heartbreak from Cyclops and the unbelievable achievement that we've seen from USG today in this X Moment Japan Rainbow Six Japan Championship. What a weekend it has been. No doubt tiring for everyone involved, no doubt tiring for everyone watching. We've been toying with your emotions, but guys, it has been such an honor to be a part of.
This has just been incredible. It's I guess a little bit sad that it has come to an end, but every great tournament has to. And I just want to say a big arigato gozaimasu and a thank you, of course, to the Rainbow Six Japan team and the production team. They have both legitimately, and I'm not paid to say this, they have been absolutely wonderful to work with, incredible. And I really, really do hope that the last 4 days has proven that Japanese Siege is incredible. It has what it takes to be exported around the world, no doubt. So hopefully going forward, we get to do more of this. We get to see more Japanese Siege blasted across the world because it is so amazing. And I'm again quite devastated that it has come to an end, but I look forward to seeing these teams going forward, and in particular USG. I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes on them.
And of course, it's not over for the Rainbow Six Japan League or the Japan Open or the Rainbow Six Japan Championship. Next year, 2022, is set to be a big year. X Moment and Rainbow Six Japan in the Ubisoft office has massive things in store, so make sure that you go check out the X Moment website. They have some fantastic resources there. You can see everything that has been happening within Rainbow Six in Japan. The ecosystem is huge. The teams there are so passionate. The fans are just limitless. The Japan scene in Rainbow Six esports is next level. Nothing like I've seen before in any esports scene. So thank you everyone who has been part of that community, who has welcomed us in. And if you're like me and Guz, you're maybe an English viewer that has been just trying out some, watching some Japanese Rainbow Six for the first time, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you really enjoyed it as much as we did, because it was such an honor to be a part of and to witness this historic moment for Japanese Rainbow Six history, the upset, the changing of the guard with USG taking down Cyclops. So I hope everyone has enjoyed themselves, and of course, like you said, guys, a massive arigato gozaimasu to the production team, to everyone involved in the X-Men Rainbow Six Japan Championship. But that's all for us for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next year in the Rainbow Six Japan League.